All right, what is going on, everybody? This is the Kinvara 10s. I've done just over 200 miles in them. This is the lightweight but long distance runner that Saucony has been preaching. Let's get into them. This is going to be a review of the Saucony Kinvara 10s. Let's do it. Okay guys, a general overview of the bells and whistles of the Saucony Kinvara 10 before we get into the specs. You have the Everrun topsole, which is a 2mm layer of foam that sits above the midsole. The midsole is the EVA Plus abrasive foam. Basically, Saucony puts in their lightweight foam for both the midsole and the topsole, ideally to give you a long-lasting ride, but also a lightweight possible race or long run, whatever you need it for kind of shoe. So this is kind of your transition shoe or mid-distance to marathon training shoe. That is the overview. That's the goal with it. Let's jump into some of the actual specs from the website so that you can get a little bit more info on the goods. So moving into the specs of the Saucony Kinvara 10s, the shoe is a category neutral. The cushion is overall responsive, and the ideal surface for this shoe is a road/track shoe. The arch is a normal/mid. These shoes are definitely not water resistant, and they are definitely not waterproof. The offset is a 4mm drop, heel is at 23mm, and then the toe comes in at 19mm. Overall weight of this shoe is a 7.8 ounces. Now that felt pretty light to me. I'm coming from the Brooks launch, which are about a 9-ounce shoe. So this kind of blew my mind when I did originally put them on. However, looking at some other videos, I've watched all the reviews from the Ginger Runner, and basically these shoes have somehow gotten heavier and heavier per model. I don't really understand how that could be, technology moving forward, but I do understand that they're adding new aspects to the shoe, which naturally means more material and a little bit of a heavier shoe overall. So moving away from the specs, we can move into my personal evaluation of these shoes. A couple pluses, we'll start with positives, then we'll talk about the negatives, but right off the bat, I will say this shoe is light and responsive if you've run in the previous shoes that I've run in. So basically, if you've run in a Brooks Launch or a Brooks Glycerin, or even the Brooks Cascadias for trail, switching to this shoe, you're gonna feel like these are light, easy breezy, and don't worry, the video's not paused. I just need to take a moment to tell you a little bit about Fleet Feet, who is in fact the sponsor of this video. Fleet Feet is a one-stop shop for all your running/sports needs. With 5 different locations in the Triangle area, you can grab the newest model of your favorite running shoe or a gift for an active friend. Check out local running groups ranging from beginner to advanced, designed to help you succeed at any distance. Moving from there, the light, breathable mesh upper sets itself apart. I love that aspect of the shoe. Number 3, in terms of positives in this shoe, the heel cup. I have a narrow heel, so it really hugs my heel. It makes me feel like I'm really fitting into the shoe. Between that and the upper mesh, I just feel like I can fit into this shoe like a glove and crush some miles. Those are my 3 positives. Let's jump into a couple negatives. Okay, so transitioning to the negatives of the Saucony Kinvara 10, in my humble opinion, number 1 is gonna be traction. The tread is totally good for pavement and track workouts. I think as soon as it rains, or if you run on a slippery surface, naturally, but if you run on wood, or if it snows a little bit and you still wanna get a couple miles in, I would maybe switch to a shoe that you feel more safe in for traction. Moving from there, the model colors and the aesthetics of them are cool, I guess, if you're into just like the bright look. These are the bright orange model. There was the bright yellow, neon yellow version. So basically my options were bright orange or bright yellow. If you're into that, awesome. I would prefer a more subtle, maybe modern look. I will also maybe understand that these are kind of paying homage to the original Kinvara models. They've been making them for a decade, so I think they are trying to give a little bit of attention to the original color scheme of the shoe. So that being said, if you're into it, you're into it. I'm not really into these color schemes. Overall, would I recommend this shoe? 100%, especially if you have run in a shoe that is generally, in that 9 to 10 ounce running shoe and you were looking for something to train for a half marathon, something to train for a full marathon, something to only run a full marathon in, if you're always training in your 9 to 10 ounce runners, pick up a pair of these. You can get them pretty cheap right now. They just came out with the Saucony Kinvara 11s. I think this is a bang for your buck, lightweight road/track shoe. I totally just hit the microphone. I'm a big fan. I know there are people out there who are very negative about this shoe, and we'll see how we feel about the 11s. But in terms of running in another mid-distance shoe like the Launch, I'm gonna take the Saucony Kinvaras, at least the 10s. Okay, so that's pretty much gonna sum things up with my review of the Saucony Kinvara 10s. These shoes are totally awesome. That's just like, I don't know, maybe I simplify things, and I tend to have a philosophy that it's more about your running economy than what you're running in. Over 200 miles in them, no blisters, they fit like a glove. Overall, very happy, would recommend. Go get yourself a pair if you're curious. That's gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this in some way, shape, or form. Please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. If there is another pair of shoes out there that you want me to do a review of, run a bunch of miles in, just let me know. Willing to take recommendations. So yeah, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Hope your training is going well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get outside because it's a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Cool.